Hello. Here we go. Here's the NASDAQ futures, the red lines. This is the 78 6 fib retracement from this move down. And then this, of course, is the full retracement. So above this, and you should see another move higher. Below this, and we should uh, continue down and break this again, make a new low. Um, Personally, I don't think there's any move for this, other than there's just too many people short. Um, but there's no real reason for the market to go up. Uh, that being said, the market does what the market wants to do. If we go to the hourly, see, this looks like it's just rolling over again. I think we're going to roll, and I think we break this low. Probably come down here and bounce. I don't think it'll be a crash yet. Powell speaks on Wednesday, so I think they'll support the market till Wednesday. That would be my guess. VIX on the hourly, that looks like that RSI is getting ready to turn up. Your Bollingers are pinching. You're below the mid Bollinger, so you're always at risk of shooting down. But this whole setup looks like it wants to keep pushing up higher. Yeah, I think 29 uh 29 was always what I was looking for back here. The fact that we didn't break down out of 2230, I think we might stay in this range. I mean, we could until Powell on Wednesday, stay within that. But eventually I expect to break out and go higher on VIX. That's what I mean. The market has a VIX problem. And also an oil problem. And that's, I mean, oil looks just like VIX. And then here's my breakout. There's my breakdown. And I don't think we have any signs of breaking down in oil. I don't know why we would. The strait's not open. Nothing is getting better on the oil front. The only way this goes down, I think it may happen, is if they price in a recession, so they price in less consumption of oil, and that again would be something that they would decide at Powell. But that's the only way I see oil dropping. On the reverse of that, if oil's going to drop, or oil going to drop, yeah. If oil's going to go up, which I believe it will, then I believe gold will drop. And you see our RSI is opening up there. Weekly, your RSI is opening up. I think you could drop 4690, 4700. I think you can drop lower than that. I think you can go to about 4000, which means that's a big push up for oil. And again, I think we challenge this 130 range. I believe that's what it's oil is trading at that in other markets. So that's what I'm keeping my eye on is oil and VIX going into Powell on Wednesday. Oil and VIX. All right, let's take a look at some markets, the Qs. Let's start there as always. Again, you're going to touch the 200, so it would be no surprise if you bounce. The 5 MAs at 602. So that would be that I think would be about the limit that you bounce. Maybe you get up to 606. Above the mid Bollinger. Not breaking out yet. Bollinger's pinching. This is just a 5-minute, of course. Again, we could hang out above this support. We could push up here to 598, 599, 600. That would be the 600 range that's where I would think they would want to short it again. But I guess it could come up to 602. Again, I think this is climbing for reasons that it really shouldn't. It's just, I think too many people are short and it's just pushing, keeping the market up. That is until Powell, I believe. And that's Wednesday. And there's very little market news data until Powell on Wednesday. Let's take a look at what's going on today. NEO continues to look good. Continues to push up. Breaking that, so 628 would be my next target. For NEO. High Peak Energy, this one I'm looking $6.97, $7. Touch that 200, and then we'll see where we go. Iridium, I'm looking at this to break out from here and come close this gap into 32. I think we're finally going to make that move. Again, this would support the market being at least sideways. This not falling apart. Let's see what Paramount had this move. Probably get a bounce and then continue more downside. it a bounce. Yeah, and then we'll see what we do. I think this has more downside. Huntsman may tag 11 again. That's fine. Oil, this is energy. Um, I don't know what to say other than you should just be uh, buying pullbacks in these. I mean, these are only going to go up. Let's see what Rig's doing. Rig they just announced a merger. They just bought another offshore driller with stock. So I'm looking for Rig to go up 680. I'm actually looking for Rig to go way up. So yeah, let's see if we get this. There's my downtrend that we broke out of. So I'm expecting big move. Big move, because that's a long downtrend. That's the weekly. That's a big move. And so I think we come up to $9 rather quick. And again, that would be something in oil. Something in oil is moving. Um, and you can almost just take a SLB. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. No oh, maybe you do have divergence. A little bit. Let's see on the 4-hour. Yeah, better. Is that your ABC? We'll see. I think this bottomed. I mean, that would be my guess here. Obviously, that's what I was looking for. So let's see. Let's see how SLB does. That's the sector that I like the best because of this. OIH. This on just the forever chart. Look at we're against resistance breaking out of this. But as soon as we pass this, I mean we should be up in the 500s and then we'll be well on our way up and out of this. So I'm very bullish in this sector. Chevron again, look at that go. I mean this yeah, you should definitely be trying to get a piece of energy. Look at that thing. And I like the South American stocks, these ECs. I think they have a long way to run. But I think you're probably going to get a I don't know if I could say this, but it's hard to imagine not getting a pullback. But again, that's not guaranteed. And uranium is the other energy that should be running because oil's getting expensive. So this is the sector. And Oklo reports Tuesday, I believe. So that's where I'll be keeping an eye. I think these want to try to break out because oil is going to get expensive. And shipping, that should put pressure on all of the retail stocks. Again, I've sold out of this sector. I moved out of there and went into oil. I did that at the end of January, middle of January, somewhere in there. All right, let's see if any of this new tech is moving. Ooh, look at that. Triple D above support. This one I'm cautious of because it is a newer tech. But I like how this is moving. I like how it's holding support. ASTS holding 86. Could come down and test 79 again. Again, the market is kind of a mixed bag. I like energy. Well, energy is really the only thing I like. Drones can go up and down. I like where they're at, but I really just like energy. The Qs can keep bouncing around. I mean, they're going to do what they're going to do. I'm not bullish on the market. I'm bullish on oil, and I'm bullish on VIX. And yeah, with that, be safe, be wise, be bold, but definitely be careful out there. My upper limit for the Qs is 602 probably, and my lower is 588 to ugly. I mean, if this market wants to start turning down, it can get ugly if it wants, because on the way down it always compounds. So again, be very careful out there. And as always, good luck.